I'd like to welcome Lino Halo. Lino is co-founder and owner of Men's Medicine, and I was privileged to spend, well, the first 6 months of last year, really, 24, doing some work with Lino, with culminating in a retreat in the Hunter Valley for, 20 odd men, Lino, in a quite intense but enjoyable few days. And it was a wonderful experience. I would highly recommend it to anybody, really. But tonight, Lino's here, and he has presented for us before, but tonight Lino is here to talk about, of all the basic things we do in our lives, breathwork. You'd expect that would be nice and simple and easy, and it is for everybody. But Lino and his team have developed some breathwork techniques and specialties that enhance and allow you to think your way through things and are much better for you. I'm not going to go on too much about it. I will let Lino dive into it. I'll have some notes taken, Lino, and as we go along, I will just interrupt and chat on the way through. If that is the case, if I'm meant to keep my mouth shut and stay out of the way, I'll do that as well.
No, definitely happy to co-host, and just thanks for having us on.
No problem at all.
But if we can get, now, does everyone here know each other?
I know Paul, I know James. I'm not sure I've met Wally before, but that might be incorrect in me saying that.
Before I give a round with a check-in with everyone else here, if you would like to just share your intention for tonight's call, for me, Mick.
Well, I'll jump in first and set the scene. I'm privileged because I know some of the work you do around this, Lino, and it was interesting, it was valuable, and it just allowed me just to calm myself as well, and just taught me just to relax and breathe, and proper breathing techniques, and allow the body just to do its thing in a natural state.
And you were wanting this for your men here tonight too?
100%, yes. I believe, and I still believe, it's a good skill and technique and opportunity to grow and learn something from what is, as I said, is a basic everyday activity, but there are elements to it that are much more insightful and esoterical than that.
Beautiful, thank you. What I'd like to ask is everyone else's choice or decision to choose to be here tonight. Maybe if you just want to introduce yourself and then just share why you're here, why you're choosing to be on this call. Paul, if you want to go first, brother.
Hey, Lino. How are you, mate?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, mate. Yeah, first of all, we have a call every month. So, yeah, I've been pretty committed to that since it first started. So, I only missed one because I just clean forgot about it. Yeah, it's first one for the year. So, yeah, I am interested to have a see what this is all about, because breathing is important. And yeah, I don't breathe enough. So, I'm a very anxious and, can be very intense person. I've calmed down a lot since I've been doing these sessions once a month. But yeah, I think it's important if you can try and have the discipline to just take that 5 or 10 minutes or whatever you got to, whatever you're going to suggest to do, because I'm a truck driver. So I travel all over Australia. I spend a lot of time by myself. I live a pretty lonely life. Especially when you're driving too, you're alone with your own thoughts. And yeah, some days are good and some days it's a battle every day. So if you can sort of, I'm willing to give it a try. Let's just say that.
Beautiful.
Just here to have a listen and just take on board, what people have got to offer. That's what I'm here for.
Love that. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
All right, no worries.
And thank you for your share. James, what brings you here, brother?
Fine, to unmute. Hey, listen, nice to meet. Thank you. That's a really nice start. And, probably a bit of serendipity. I just saw the post for the call come up on my feed, and usually I'd be pretty busy this time of day in life. So I put this in my diary and just committed, and I saw that Mick had invited you on a guest. I've got massive respect for Mick, and know that he associates and chooses and gets around good people. And I saw that it was about, breath and so forth, and all that's a great thing to hear about. So I'm pleased to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And Wally.
Kia ora, brothers. So this is my first time, I guess, on the lads call today.
Welcome, Wally.
So I've been around Juice Plus for like 7 months now, and I think just being in the collective full of like women, that's women led as well. I think I just need to, I guess, be more confident on jumping on like lads calls and all that stuff. Just because I've now got a team of men that I'm building up right now as well. So I just wanted to come on and see what it was all about because, well, my NMD had put it in the chat and I was like, okay, well, I'm doing nothing now, so why not jump on and see what this is all about? And I'm just looking forward to see if I can take something back from here to, I guess, pass on to my teammates so that they feel comfortable to jump on one of these calls as well.
Beautiful. Thank you for your share, brother. My next question is, why Juice Plus? Right. So I feel like my intention, we're at the beginning of the year. Today is the 23rd of January. It's February, like next weekend. Just like that, right? We've just had Christmas. We just had New Year's. And I hope everyone had a great break. But this first month of the year is almost done. Yeah? So, the way that we start this first month, the way that we start our new year plays a massive role and an influence on the way that the year goes. And especially when we're part of something, when we're part of a community, when we're part of a group, when we're part of a team, right? We're choosing to be something bigger than ourselves. And the way I look at it is life was made to be shared. And if it wasn't made to be shared, then what's the point of all these other people? So in this life, in this world, one of the human needs that we need is actually that sense of belonging. And wherever you choose to connect yourself to, doesn't matter where it is. What matters most is that you have that sense of belonging. And if you have a sense of belonging and connection and community, and in men's medicine, our three main pillars is connection, community, and culture. That connection and that community can cultivate a sense of being, a sense of culture. A culture, really, all that means is it's a way that a certain group of people think, move, live, all the rest of those sorts of things, and what can grow from culture. Because my belief is without culture, we kind of really have nothing. Right? And especially when we're in business, without culture, it can be very transient. People come, people go. People come, people go. And when we're trying to build things, it makes it extremely hard when in comes, out it goes. The question has to become, why are people coming and leaving? There's something that we're doing great, but there's also something missing. And that something missing generally is that sense of belonging. So it doesn't matter whether you feel that at your gym or inside your family or your sporting club, team, circle of friends. The reason why we gather in groups is because we feel that sense of belonging. And Juice Plus, if it's Juice Plus, it's Juice Plus. My question is, why Juice Plus for you? So I'm going to ask Mick first. As much as this is your company, why Juice Plus for you?
I guess from my point of view, I've always been a sporty, healthy individual, and the products that we have enhance those things. You have the mindset, you do the physical stuff, you need some help on the other end in terms of supplements and those sort of things. The other thing that I am particularly strong on is seeing everybody succeed, everybody getting out of their life what they want. As you said, Lino, if it's Juice Plus, so be it. I'm delighted to say the three lads that we have on here are super supportive Juice Plus lads. And Jimmy, I've known for years, and him and Linda have done a tremendous job. And the community, people taking on the responsibility and the roles to look out for themselves health-wise, look out for themselves financially, look out for themselves for the people they have around them, look out for themselves for their family and their future. And for me, that's why I get out of bed every day for 16 hours a day, whatever it is, whatever we do. But that's why I do it. I love doing it. And, it's not a race and it's not a competition. Everybody deserves their bit out of it. They put the effort in, you'll certainly get it. And we love supporting people on that journey.
Beautiful. I absolutely love that share. It doesn't matter where you are. I think it's important that we find our tribe. And wherever your tribe is, there's plenty of people. The grass is always greener on the other side, and they'll skip from tribe to tribe to tribe to tribe to tribe. But we are the common denominator. It doesn't matter where you go. The most common denominator is you. And wherever you choose to plant your feet and the environment you decide to surround yourself with, that's where you'll build your community. That's where you'll find your people. It's wherever you are. Yeah? Paul, why Juice Plus for you? If you can unmute yourself, please, brother.
Yeah, do that first. Sorry, mate. I better do that first. Well, I was an interstate truck driver full time for 12 years. So and I really hit the wall at 42, as I call it. I was burnt out. Needed to make a change, which was hard because that's sort of all you, for 12 years, that's all you knew. So I got myself into, I'm still in transport, but I'm in heavy haulage now. So it's a bit easier hours wise and a little bit better for me, but it's also very physical. So I kind of, my friend Beck Hope, I've been working with her now for, we're coming up to our 4th year, I think. I've been taking my capsules every day. I did sort of have a look at sort of going down the path of trying to develop I got a program of my own for other drivers in the industry, because it is a hard industry. It's there's a lot of it's long hours. You're away from your family. In some ways, as much as I love trucks, because I've loved them since I was a kid, it's surprising something that you love so much can actually hurt you too. It's sort of been a program I've had in mind up here, but it's hard to get off the ground because I still think I'm very fatigued and I kind of it's even hard to sort of at the moment even exercise because I'm already drained.
So I think it's good that you're on this call tonight then.
So it's sort of like Mick said, it's the thing I like about Juice Plus, if I wanted to take that next step and have that as building a business or whatever on the side, I even remember James when I first I think I saw an interview with him when Beck introduced me to it all, and he said one of the beauty things about it is you can always step into down the track. And Mick's always talked about it being a marathon, not a sprint. So probably at the moment I'm on a bit of a different path to everybody else, but hopefully over the next few weeks, things I've been working towards in heavy haulage is going to start to happen for me. Because there's been a lot of frustration. You know where you want to be, but there's other blokes, other drivers in front of you that got more experience. You want to do it. They're there. You're not getting your chance. So a few opportunities are sort of starting to open up. So over the next couple of weeks, I'll probably have a bit better of an idea on where I'm heading. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm in a bit of a. It's sort of in between. It's sort of it's. I don't know. It's been one big waiting game.
That's all right. So what I'm just going to say is, tonight's call, the thing about the breath is it has the ability to tap into your inner self.
Right.
And the answers that we seek, they're always inside, right? The thing that you're looking for, it's in there, but it's kind of buried underneath the stress of actually being on the tools still. So tonight will be an opportunity for you to sort of dissolve a few of those layers that are over the top, so that you can start to feel, oh, that's right, that's what I was thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll speak more into that a little bit later.
That's cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. No worries. Awesome.
Thank you, brother. James, why Juice Plus for you, brother?
It's a great question, and certainly the product. I mean, it's a remarkable product, and close to 20 years of taking it. I was always drawn to health and fitness, and I just saw early on that it made changes in me, and I just want to be my best. I want to run out the front of the pack and not run out of juice. So, Juice Plus is it. Some days I feel like, yep, I'm peak performance, and some days I feel like it's helped me hang in there. So, and then the other part that you've said, the culture. It's just being around, wonderful people. People who have a bigger mission than just themselves, people who are invested in their health, people who are, having fun. Certainly, we've seen and learned to live. The sky's the limit on what you can earn. And that when it's, when income and health and good people are combined, you got choice. And that's what we're here for. You're here to have choice.
Beautiful. I love that. It's, when we speak about culture, I think it makes me think about some of the products that I use, and I love them. However, there is no cultural community connected to it. So I'm not talking to anyone. It's literally just a product that I purchase. I use it because I like it. Other than that, that's literally all it is. And being part of a community that has culture, connected to it is what elevates it, turns it into something greater. Yeah? Thank you for your share, brother. And Wally.
Why Juice Plus? So I just wanted to break out of, I guess, the job life. I had worked in the meat industry for about 5 years, and during that 5 years, I actually found out that my dad wasn't well, and then later on, my dad ended up passing. I was actually declined to leave from work to attend his funeral, and I think that my 9 to 5 at the time wasn't sitting where I imagined it to be. So I ended up leaving there, and I really just came to this business because, well, at first it was for the money. I wanted to start earning so that I could leave my 9 to 5 and not even need to look back again. But when I got introduced to the products, now I'm just like, I gym every day now. I wake up early at 7 o'clock in the morning. So really, it's probably this routine that I built with this business is a routine that I haven't had, and since I started my 9 to 5 when I was 16. I'm now 22 now, so I just wanted, I guess, an opportunity where something sat with my values and I could spend more time with my family rather than lose time.
I love that. I love that. The reason why I wanted you guys to share your why is because I want you to be able to see yourself in Juice Plus and Juice Plus inside of your life and how it fits into your life. Otherwise, if it doesn't mean enough to you, it'll never mean enough to anybody else. Does this make sense? And the way that we integrate this into our lives and we turn it into either a business or a side hustle is that it's just a normal part of your life. And if it's a normal part of your life, the people that you are sharing it with, they can see how they can integrate it and implement it into their own lives. And you are no longer selling, right? If we think about all the products that are at the supermarket, no one here gains anything when you go to Woolworths. When you buy your groceries from Woolworths, do they give you a kickback? No, they don't even think twice, right? And that's what the difference here is. If you're not purchasing the products here, you're purchasing somewhere else. The difference here is that you have a benefit inside of this, but you also have the benefit when you pass it on. And it's not just the financial reward, it's also the health reward that we get to pass on. Right? Like we are promoting health and well-being here. And I say that as somebody who's been in the health and fitness industry for the last 20 years. I remember working, as you said, Wally, you were in the factory, in the meats factories, and Paul, you're still in trucks. I was at Fisher and Paykel making fridges back when I was in high school and when I left high school. And it was breaking my body down. And I thought to myself, man, I've slipped my disc that many times. I actually need to find a job that takes care of myself, not that breaks me down. If I worked in the gym, then I wouldn't have to leave the gym. I could just train and look after myself. I help people, I help myself. So that's what I did for the first decade and a half before transitioning into online coaching and then eventually moving down the mindset path and now the mental health, personal development, and spiritual path as well. And what sort of led me to the place that I am right now is that there is more pieces to the puzzle than just eating well and exercising. Supplementation gets to close the gap, gets to amplify their results. Yeah. One of the things that I speak, and it's great that we're on a men's call here right now, is the importance of men going to get their bloods checked. And if you haven't had your bloods checked, brothers, make sure you do go get your bloods checked, because one of those things is when our hormones are out of whack, it's the same thing as what it is for men as what it is for women. When our test levels are low, right, I am surprised more men don't take their lives, because testosterone is one of those hormones that helps make us men, make us masculine, right? So imagine if your hormones aren't in check, or if your nutritional levels aren't in check, you can imagine where your vitality and your energy levels will be at. So for whatever the gap is that Mother Nature provides for us in our nutrition, and we'll never be able to get full nutrition, even if you are eating organic, this is where supplementation comes in. And if it's improving your life, well, without a doubt, it's going to improve somebody else's life as well. And this is what allows you to not be selling. You are literally just promoting health and well-being. This is a part of who you are and how you live your life. When we talk about breathwork, I wanted to speak into these things to give a greater meaning of what we're about to go into tonight. Breathwork is the bridge to all things. It is the bridge between the body and the mind. Right? It is something that we can use to activate us, which is what we're going to do now. And in times of challenge and struggle and adversity, it is something that we can use to help regulate our nervous system as well. And then just condolences to you as well, brother, for losing, your father at a young age. Was that what you said there, Wally, that you'd lost your dad or your grandfather?
Going on 3 years ago in March the 2nd.
Sorry to hear about that, right? So, and this is the circle of life. We go through challenging times where things like this happen, and it impacts the physical human body in certain ways. And whatever we do not express, we suppress. And it becomes stored energy inside of the body. And as great as Juice Plus is, unless we find the time and the space to unpack some of that stuff, right, it becomes stored energy that we come around us. And I'm assuming that, everyone's lost somebody in their life at some point in time, or gone through a tragic or traumatic experience that's impacted them in some way, shape, or form. And unless we've spoken to somebody, expressed it, released it, it's stored inside of this body here. So the breath is one of those tools that can help activate the body, regulate the nervous system, but also release any stored energy, unexpressed emotion, unprocessed emotion, and yes, trauma, PTSD, or anything like that as well. In the basic science of breath work, what happens is when we breathe oxygen into the body, oxygen goes down into the body, down into the lungs, out into the bronchioles, into the alveoli, and the alveoli are little grape sacs at the end of the bronchioles. And that's where the gas exchange between carbon dioxide and oxygen is. Carbon dioxide goes in, oxygen comes out. Does that make sense? So as we inhale, oxygen goes in. As we exhale, that carbon dioxide comes out of the blood back into the lungs, and we exhale that back out again. When the body is highly oxygenated, it can also tap into the release of a chemical called DMT. Is anyone familiar with what DMT is here? DMT stands for an acronym, dimethyltryptamine, which is a psychedelic, which is also present in mushrooms, LSD. Does anyone know what I'm talking about right now? Okay, Paul knows what I'm talking about right now. Glad we're on the same page, brother.
Not that I've tried it, Lino, okay? Yeah.
So all living things produce DMT, and DMT is also produced in the human body, but more specifically inside the pineal gland. And our pineal gland is also our creative center, is what they like to call that as well. And it's a little pine cone sort of shape in the middle of our brain, right? What can happen is when we go into breath work, it can tap into the release of DMT. So what you might experience is tingling sensations. You may experience colors, visions. You might experience emotions start to come up simply because of the change in your biochemistry. Are we up to speed so far? Yeah. So it can activate your body. It can regulate your nervous system, but also release any stored and unprocessed energy and emotion as well. As we go through today's breath, we're going to focus on activation first. And the activation, because it'll heighten your nervous system, right? It'll dysregulate you in some kind of a way because it'll activate you. And we think about the nervous system, we have a central nervous system and we have an autonomic nervous system. Inside your autonomic nervous system, we have a parasympathetic and a sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic is the fight or flight. The parasympathetic is the rest and digest. So when you find yourself flustered, stressed, dysregulated, overwhelmed, this is when our nervous system is dysregulated. Our sympathetic nervous system is also designed to get your ass moving because when we're comfortable, well, the truth is we don't do much, right? So at the beginning of the day, your body will tap into the sympathetic nervous system because it's there to get you moving. Otherwise, you won't get out of bed, right? So the sympathetic nervous system is important, right? The fight or flight response is important. Otherwise, when danger comes, you won't move. You'll think danger is your friend. Well, stress is actually your friend, but if you allow yourself to have too much of it, right, it can become detrimental. Same thing with danger. Danger is designed to make you move, right, which is great because you'll take action. That's what the sympathetic nervous system is for. But if you're exposed to too much of it, now you just live in a hyper aroused, heightened fight or flight state. You are always in fight or flight. Now, this does not work for business at all, right? Because all of a sudden you'll just be going to crunch the numbers, go, 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 go. It doesn't work for teams. It doesn't work for relationships. Is this making sense? Right? So having the ability to switch between your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous system is super important. And this is a skill that you can learn through your breath because your breath is at the center of every cellular function inside of your body. Your nervous system responds to the way that you breathe. So if you think about any time you've ever felt panicked, do you breathe slow or do you breathe fast?
Quickly.
When you breathe, when you are panicked or stressed, do you breathe deep or do you breathe shallow?
Shallow.
Right? When you are calm, do you breathe slow or do you breathe fast?
Slower.
Slower.
Cool. Do you breathe deeper or do you breathe shallow?
Deeper.
Deeper.
Right.
Because you're concentrating more on it.
Yeah, because you're in that rest or digest state. So when you think about this year, This year is going to come with some challenges. Every year does, right? Who's got some big goals for 2025? Yeah, I imagine you want to achieve some things this year, Paul.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And if you don't achieve them, how will you feel?
Yeah. Look at it's you'd be disappointed. Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So, you know, and
uh,
it's not about that it's a life or death situation, and it might be, right? But if you've got a whole bunch of goals that you want to achieve, and let's say you don't achieve them, that's this year. But what if that's every year? What if that's your life year in, year out? I set out big goals or just goals as a whole and I don't execute them or achieve them. But we start to now believe a limiting belief system around that things are too hard and I don't achieve things. And it's just not true. Now, let's say your goals and you achieve 50% of what you set out to achieve. Would you be upset? No.
We shouldn't be.
Right.
Yeah. I'd probably still be hard on myself though.
Yeah, because, well, you've still got room to grow. You've still got room to move. What I really want to touch on here is your breath, and your ability to master your breath will influence your nervous system. And when you experience these challenges this year, and they will come and they will happen, how you show up in those moments will influence your ability to overcome them and take advantage of the situation and expand further beyond them. Your success this year will come massively down to your ability to regulate your nervous system and amplify your body, your energy, and your nervous system. When we are in business, when we are in a workplace, when we're in family, when we're in teams, there is plenty of stimulus to dysregulate your nervous system. Life is not about living in a regulated state, right? We're looking for a heart rate variability, which means our heart rate goes up and it goes down. We build no strength by living flat. What does it mean if your heart rate is flat?
You're dead.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So we need that up and down because that lets you know that you're alive, right? But it can't be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, because now you're in fight or flight. There has to be up, down, and then we want those little ones in the middle. Up, down, little ones in the middle. Dysregulated, you've got the power to regulate yourself. Dysregulated, you've got the power to regulate yourself. Because when you meet those challenges, every level has a new devil. The next level, the next upgrade will come with its own set of problems. So what we're looking for is actually an undulating progression. There will be the ebbs and the flows, right? There'll be the ups and there'll be the downs. There'll be the ups and the downs. But we're not just looking for ups and downs. We're looking for it to move in an upward fashion. Does that make sense? So we're moving up on an upward trajectory as opposed to
Flat.
that flat line that just goes up and down because you're not actually making progress. And I'm assuming you've all sort of felt that experience before where you've made progress and you've ended back at the start. And you've made a win and you're back at the start. You're like,
Yeah.
excuse my French, but what the fuck's going on here? It's like, how did I end up here again? Right? However, if we move in an upward fashion, your next low is actually higher than your last low. And your next high is higher than your last low. Last high. This is where your growth is at your peak. This is where your growth is at your bottom. We never go back to the very beginning. Even though it might feel like it here, 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 you are still levels above of where you started. Your ability to control your breath will influence your ability to break through the next level. Is this sort of starting to make sense of why I'm talking about what I'm talking about now?
Yep.
We're at the beginning of the year. It is January, and I only wish the absolute success for every one of you. Not only in finances and business, but also your health and your relationships as well. Our personal health and relationships is directly reflected in our business and vice versa. This is not just about business. This is not just about building teams. This is not just about your health. This is not just about relationships or providing for yourself and your future. It is about everything. Life is an ecosystem. Everything touches everything. What is the point of all the money if you do not have your health? What is the point of all the health in the world if you can't do anything? We need resources. Yeah. And as you lead yourself, you influence and give permission to those around you to do the same as you. Yeah. Are we clear on this?
Yep.
Has everyone got a pen and paper there with them at all?
I can get one.
Cool. I would like you to write down, just in a few sentences, your why for 2025. Your motto, your why, anything. And we will breathe into that. So just taking some time to write down your why, James.
Yeah, I went and got my book. Got to bring that one, make the world a better place.
Love it. Love it. Because we're going to breathe into a breathwork activation after this. And through the breath holds, that's where your opportunity will be to dive a little deeper within inside of yourself and allow yourself to tap into what's inside of you. Because when we put a hold on our breath, carbon dioxide wants to stimulate you to breathe. But it's also an opportunity for you to find inner strength. And where you can find that inner strength is in your why. That North Star, that thing that means more to you than anything else, that you're willing to endure a little discomfort for. So simply what you're doing right now is giving yourself a little fuel to the fire that we're about to breathe into. So we're going to activate to dysregulate the nervous system, and then we will regulate the nervous system, and then we will close off with a bit of a breathe to allow yourself to let go of, blow off a bit of steam, take a little bit of edge off the top, let go of some things that don't serve you, that you know that you have been holding on to or you would like to let go of, and then we'll close the breathe. You're just simply writing down your why to give yourself a bit of fuel for the fire for today's breathe. And our first breath will be an activation. So taking the energy of what you're writing down right now and activating your body with your own words and your own intention. We'll give it another 60 seconds, and then we'll get ready for the breathe. Beautiful. 30 seconds. Okay, if you're complete, you just want to make sure wherever you're sitting or wherever you are, we'll do this seated today, that you have no distractions around you, because when we breathe, your eyes will be closed. You also want to make sure that you're somewhere stable, that you won't fall over because your eyes will be closed. Then you'll be changing and shifting your state, your physical, your mental, your emotional, your energetic state. So if you're in an unstable seated space or place, you may fall over. So I'm just going to get clear on how we're going to go today. What we're going to do is we're going to warm the body up first, just with purely nasal breathing, and then we'll go through the breathwork activation. I'm going to keep it really simple. What we'll do is there'll be 3 phases to that activation. There'll be purely nasal breathing, and we'll do that for about, I'm going to say 15 seconds. And then we'll, 10 seconds actually, because I want it to be quite rapid. And we're going to hold our breath for 10. And then we'll move into breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And we'll do that for 20 seconds. And then we'll hold for 20 seconds. Then our last round on the breathwork activation is all through your mouth, nothing through your nose, for 30 breaths. So 10 through the nose, 10-second hold. 20 through the nose and the mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth, 20-second hold. Then the last round will be 30 breaths, all through your mouth, nothing through your nose, followed by a 30-count hold at the bottom, and then 30-second hold at the top. That will be the breathwork activation. Then we'll transition from that place into regulating your nervous system, because at that point, your heart rate will be quite elevated, right? Simply because of the rapid hyperventilation breathing. So we're wanting to bring that down a few beats, a few points, and then we're wanting to slowly bring it back up so that we can work our way towards the release stage. We're going to be breathing for around about 15 minutes. It might be 20, but I feel that 15-minute mark is going to keep us in that safe zone, right? Where, like I said before, when we breathe, the breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. It also has the ability to stimulate the release of the chemical DMT, which is a psychedelic which is produced naturally inside the human body. So it can take us out of this physical realm. You may see colors, you may see visions, you may feel emotions come up, you may feel things that you can't explain. The safe time frame is around that 15-minute mark. When we start going beyond that 15-minute mark, we start delving into things that are deeper. This space was not built for that. Everyone is at home in their own space, and if you happen to drop off the face of the earth, there's no one there to support you, right? What I want you to know is the longer you go, the deeper you go. The intention here tonight is to activate you, then regulate you, then build ourselves up to a point where we can unpack a few things. And the things that we're really looking to unpack is just the cream off the top. That's really what we're sort of looking to unpack. We're not looking for deeper things, but if it shines a light on deeper things, then we can talk about it after, right? Once again, the time frame's around 15 minutes. So if you think about that logically, there's only so much that can happen in 15 minutes. At the same time, I've seen things happen in 3 minutes. I've seen things happen in 3 breaths, right? And that's because we cannot give what we do not have. So when whatever anyone's carrying, like if we bite into a lemon, it's lemon juice going to come out, right? If we tap into our bodies and we know that we've been carrying some stuff, that's generally what's going to come out. So the focus here is we activate first, we regulate next, and then we blow some steam off the top, and then we open up the conversation after that. Yeah. Whatever you wrote down on that piece of paper, the reason why we do this work here, because it creates a more open space for you to actually achieve that. If we don't do some of this work, you're trying to build on top of a rocky foundation. Does this make sense? The reason why I love the breath is because it goes with you everywhere. It's yours. You don't have to pay for it, right? So even if you're in the truck, Paul, which is why I'm grateful that you're here on this call, right? When we drive, it is a perfect time for you to be practicing nervous system regulation breath work, right? Where you can regulate your nervous system. And what you'll find is that you're going to find that the driving is more of a learning experience because you're more open to learning. right? Because you are in a more parasympathetic, open learning state. Now you're in a growth mindset, as opposed to mouth open, eating crap food, stressed with what's going on. Our breath is literally the key to and the bridge to all things. So I hope today you can sort of take away with you how versatile this modality is. The breath, right? It's the first thing you were given when we come to this world. It's the last thing you give when we leave. Yeah. The breath can pick your emotions up, but it's the same thing that can put them back down as well. Do I have any questions at all? Beautiful.
Let's do it.
Anything you'd like to say at all, Mick, before we dive in?
No, I would just only say this, enjoy the experience.
Beautiful. Thank you. If you'd like to all put yourself on mute for me, please. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to focus in the first, so sitting in an upright position, in a stable place. The important part is that you have clear sound. For the first 60 seconds, my only goal for intention for you is to focus in breathing out through your nose. That's all I want you to do. And all you're going to do is breathe out through your nose and force your belly button towards your spine. So it'll sound like basically like you're blowing your nose. And the reason why we're doing that is to activate the diaphragm, but also clear the airway. That's all you're going to do for the first 60 seconds. After that, when we move into the breathwork activation, all I want you to breathe is in and out your nose rapidly. You breathe for 10, then you'll pause for 10. The next phase is in through your nose, out through your mouth. That'll be for 20 seconds, followed by a 20 count hold. The last phase of the activation is all through your mouth, nothing through your nose. That'll be for 30 seconds, followed by a 30 count breath hold after your last exhale. And then we'll breathe in, fill your belly and your lungs up with oxygen, and you'll pause at the top with the body full of breath now. You hold at the top for 30 seconds. After this, we move into breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, but the focus, your first breath will be after the exhale. So you'll breathe on the exhale first. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Then our last technique is all through your mouth, nothing through your nose again. And these are called conscious connected breaths. And what that means is there is no break between the breaths. Does that make sense? Yeah? So we bounce off the bottom and the top. Yeah? There's no start, there's no stop. Each breath is connected onto the next. Are we ready to get started? Beautiful. Okay. Finding your space, getting comfy. Just going to get a sound check first. Just give me a thumbs up that you can hear the sound. Beautiful. Allowing yourself to drop in over the next 60 seconds. Taking some time to allow your energy to settle. Closing the eyes on down. Take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth with a sigh. 2 more of those for me, please. Taking a long, slow, deep breath into your nose. Exhaling out through your mouth with a sigh. Last one, please. Taking a long, slow, deep breath into your nose. Exhale out the mouth with a sigh. Allowing yourself, when you get to the bottom, to pause. Allowing a slow trickle of air to make its way into your belly, breathing in through your nose. And when your belly is full of oxygen, pause. Getting ready for the first warm-up round. All through your nose, nothing through your mouth. Your only focus is to exhale out through your nose. Basically blowing your nose, driving the air out. Getting ready to breathe in 3, 2, 1, and breathe. We are clearing the airway, the nasal passage, and activating the diaphragm. What you may start to experience is a generation of heat. So there's a focus purely on exhaling out through your nose. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a full breath into your nose. Exhale out through your mouth with sound. And pause. As we get ready for our breathwork activation, there are 3 phases. Phase 1, all through your nose, followed by a breath hold. Phase 2, in through your nose, out through your mouth, followed by a breath hold. Phase 3, all through the mouth, nothing through the nose, followed by a breath hold after the exhale, and then a breath hold after an inhale. Getting ready to transition into your phase 1 in 3, 2, 1, all through the nose and breathe. Rapid breathing all through your nose, nothing through your mouth. I'm going to give it a little extra time. Rapid breathing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath into your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And pause. Allowing yourself to put a pause on your breath, a pause on your life. Round 2, phase 2 is in through your nose, out through your mouth. Once again, these are rapid breaths. Quick breath into your nose, quick breath, exhale out through your mouth. In 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Rapid breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feeling the heat, feeling the energy for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath into your nose. Full exhale out through your mouth. And pause. Allowing yourself to turn a little deeper within. As we get ready for your third and final phase on this breathwork activation, all through your mouth, nothing through your nose. Getting ready to breathe in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Keeping it going. Beautiful work. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a full breath into your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And pause. Resisting the urge to breathe. Allowing yourself to turn a little deeper within. Getting ready to take a long, slow breath into your nose, filling your belly and your lungs up with oxygen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a full breath in. When you get to the top, pause. Once again, resisting the urge to breathe and allowing yourself to turn a little deeper within. Teeth touching, tongue to the roof of your mouth, lips sealed. We will follow this by an exhale out through your mouth and then an inhale in through your nose. In 3, 2, 1. A long exhale out through your mouth for me, please. Followed by an inhale in through your nose. Breathing it in through your nose. And a long exhale out through your mouth. Staying with that technique for me, please. Long inhale in through your nose. Long exhale out through your mouth. Beautiful work. Allowing any tingling sensations, any thoughts, feelings, and emotions to wash over you. Welcoming it all in. Our ability to feel our emotions influences our ability to be present. Our ability to be present influences our ability to step into our power. Your ability to regulate your nervous system will influence your ability to do all of the above. And your breath is at the center of it all. This is the first thing you take when you come into this world, and it is the last thing you give when you leave. Getting ready to take your last breath in 3, 2, 1. Take a full breath into your nose, followed by a long exhale out through your mouth. And pause. Once again, take a moment to pause on your breath. Take a pause on life. As you take this moment to pause, just taking a moment to drop a little deeper within, and the invitation is to bring some awareness to what you wrote down on your piece of paper, your why. Taking a long, slow, deep breath into your nose, filling your belly and your lungs up with oxygen, and when you get to the top, pause. Breathing that breath into your intention as you inhale. Inhaling inspiration into your intention. When you get to the top, pause. As we get ready for our third and final round, this will be all through your mouth, nothing through your nose. Getting ready to breathe again in 3, 2, 1, and breathe. All through the mouth, nothing through the nose. These are circular breaths, meaning they flow. There is no start, there is no stop. Your breath bounces off the bottom and the top, allowing a full expansion of your breath, breathing deep into the belly as you breathe into your base, allowing that breath to expand through your midsection. That breath moving its way up through your chest, expanding through the rib cage, your heart space, and allowing that breath to freely flow out. As you follow each breath, allowing your breath in your body to build and grow. Your breath in your body to grow and expand. Feeling every breath, every thought, every feeling, every emotion, every sensation. Welcoming it all in and feeling it expand your physical and energetic body. Allowing yourself to tap into the ability to be more, to feel more, to do more. Our ability to do greater things comes down to your ability to expand your capacity. Your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and energetic bodies. This will expand your auric field, influencing you to be magnetic. That when you step into a room, people feel you. When you are having conversations, people feel you. They feel your presence. They feel your energy. They feel your heart. They feel your passion and your purpose and what you are here on this earth to do. The values and the beliefs that you stand by and the legacy you choose to leave behind. As men, this is all we have in this world, is that when we leave, what is the legacy we leave behind? Making the most of this last 60 seconds. As we work our way towards our last breath hold. Breathing into your body, breathing into every word that you wrote down on your piece of paper. And who you wrote that intention for. Your partner, your family, your children, your friends, your team, your siblings, your children. This generation and the next. Allowing yourself to leave the impact that only you can make in your lifetime. Getting ready to take your last breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking your last breath in. Exhaling it out the mouth with sound. Get to the bottom. Pause. Taking this last breath retention to reflect on every breath that you took, on every word that you wrote, whatever brought you onto this call at all. Your intention for this year, your intention for your life, and everybody that you choose to share it with. Last 20 seconds before you return back to your normal breath. Allowing yourself to be with this resistance, this pause on your breath, this pause on your life. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Returning back to your normal breath. Just taking this first 2 minutes to yourself. Just allow yourself to feel and be with whatever's present with you right now. And then I'll give you another 2 minutes after that for a short period of journaling, and then we'll open up the call for some shares. Feel free to wriggle your fingers and toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, and when you're ready, bring yourself back into the space. Taking this next 2 minutes just to journal into wherever you are writing your intention. And just taking that 2 minutes to write down any thoughts that are present with you right now, anything that came up for you, any mental notes that you want to remind yourself for later. And then we'll open up the call for some shares. Last 30 seconds. Five, four, three, two, and one. Just starting to wrap up whatever you've written down. We'll just open up for some shares. So when I call your name, feel free to unmute yourself and share whatever it is you'd like to share. I'll start off with you first, Mick.
Thank you, Lena.
You're welcome.
You're good at doing that in the last lot of calls as well. Look, always tremendous, and I like the ability, even if it's just to stay silent for the 15 minutes and really inwardly think and breathe and what's going on. It's tremendous. But I've got a very clear vision in my mind, and it's very simple for me. It's so my whole family has to move through their lives, all happy and living an excited life freely. And that's all I want.
Not too much to ask for, right?
Well, could be worse.
Completely possible. Love that. Thank you, brother. James.
Geez, that's really powerful. I think I fell asleep. I don't know at what point. So I'm just being honest. Like I probably needed it.
So we always get what we need. We may not always get what we want. And my question to you is, when's the last time you had good rest? Quality rest.
It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. When I get to bed at night. It's funny, I've felt the last few days just pretty hyper person in terms of just achievements and going, and my intention was just to find calm and more calm than I don't even know if I was asleep. I feel I still listen to your voice, and I don't really know what happened. Like I did all the breath, and then I just looked at the time. I can't believe how long we've been on, so that's pretty amazing.
So think of it like a few things. So now, correct me if I'm wrong. Were you on a push bike on a exercise bike before?
On gym, yeah, and I did some weights, and I was just because I'd been for a little run, and then I didn't want to look like I was working out, so just
no. So if you think about what you said before, right, that you're quite on the go.
Yeah.
Even on this call, you're quite on the go.
Yeah.
Right. So and look, Mick's shaking his head. I'm assuming he knows this is how you live.
Yeah.
But for this short period of time, for 15 minutes, you got to have rest.
Yeah.
So, it's what we call NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. It's the ability to be able to rest without sleeping.
Yeah, right.
Giving your nervous system. So yoga nidra is another form of it. If you followed, Andrew Huberman, he talks about NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. But it's the ability to allow your nervous system to rest without having a sleep. So think about if you've ever had a power nap, if you go beyond 20 minutes, now it becomes sleep.
Yeah.
Right? So a power nap can actually refresh you. NSDR can refresh you without having to actually go to sleep.
It's remarkable. That was really cool.
Cool.
I love it.
NSDR wasn't my intention, but hey, if that's what it worked out for you, fantastic. Love that.
Right. Yeah, you don't always know where it's going to go. But if I look at my intentions, find an inner strength and calm, breathe deep and find peace. Well, they were the first two things I wrote. So I certainly did, man. Thank you.
Cool. Beautiful. You're welcome. Wally.
Oh my God. I literally had a call coming through, and my phone was vibrating, and I was like, oh my God. So when I came back, I didn't notice it until I started hearing my phone vibrate. But that was fucking amazing. Sorry, that my language.
You're fine.
I've never, I guess, experienced that before. It was definitely something different. I guess like the whole heat wave and like the tingliness and all that, or it felt good to feel it because sometimes I don't feel that actually unless I guess I sleep on my leg or I sleep on my arm. Um, but that was amazing. It actually woke me up there a little bit rather than like I was really tired just before, and well, I'm just like, okay, I think I'm going to the gym after this.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome.
But what I wrote down here was, I guess, to take more time out for myself, and also because currently I've been spending probably half my days on doing my business, and I think I need to stick back to dedicating at least 1 to 2 hours rather than half of my day, because well, when my family's around, I'm just like, oh, don't bug me. But my whole purpose was to be present around my family and with this business, and it wasn't to block them away, so that I can have more time to build the business. But yeah, I just wrote down take more time out for myself. Um, Basically my mental health, and I guess start living in the freedom now rather than waiting for it to come.
That's beautiful because freedom is always available to us, no matter what circumstance we're in life. Beautiful. Thank you, brother. And last one, Paulie, but I am aware that we're very short on time.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we got about 3 minutes.
Oh, that's all right.
Last one, Paulie.
I think for me, probably just taking that 15 minutes just to chill out was probably, yeah. That's probably I got a lot out of that. And then I like the whole, you don't look at life that way where you take your first breath and then it's the last thing you give is an actual breath, So there's some things you've said that have sort of, I guess, woken me up a bit. So no, it was good. Yeah, another thing too, you might not necessarily be where you want to be right now. That's very evident for me. I'm 3 years off 50. I'm 47 next month, so yeah, it's sort of like yeah, it's not. It's not all doom and gloom, and it's not over. We're still in the fight. There you go. Yeah. You might not have what you want, and might not be going the way you want it to, but it's sort of, it's. I guess it's also a discipline too. You just got to allow things to unfold for itself.
You might not be where you want. You might not be where you want to be, but you're on the journey.
But you're on the journey. Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And maybe. And maybe, even sometimes I find the lowest points in your life are the ones that you learn the most from.
It is.
Yeah.
Beautiful, brother.
No, it's good. It's been good. All these sessions are good. You always seem to find something out of a lad's call. You just take that hour or however long, sit down, talk. It's good.
Thank you, brother.
That's very helpful, mate. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Mick, to close the call off for us, mate.
Well, I mean, thank you. I've known you for probably 18 months now, whatever, and you never cease to enthrall me and amaze me with your knowledge and how you communicate and how you impart it. And tonight was no different. So thank you very much for your time this evening, and to the 4 lads that jumped on, me and the 3 other boys. Thank you very much as well, and hope you enjoyed tonight. It was very nice just to sit and be still for 15 minutes, and as Jimmy said, time just zipped through. So really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well, till next time. Enjoy the rest of the evening, brothers.
Can you just hit the stop record button? I don't have that ability anymore here, I don't think.